What's going on, guys? Welcome to my new series, Madden Rewind Film Study. And my first episode is going to be me versus Young Kiv last year at the Club Series. $20,000 on the line, a spot to go to the Final 8 in the tournament. It was a crazy game down to the wire. And I hope you guys are subscribed to the channel, hitting that bell so you're notified when I drop all this content. This series is going to have a lot of different episodes. We're going to see guys like K-Mac, Evil Ken, Volterax. So it's going to be good. You follow me on all my social medias. I'm going to put the description below on Twitter, on Instagram, and make sure you follow me on Twitch. I've been streaming a lot at T Davis Brand on Twitch, and let me know in the comments what you guys think, what other players you would like to see me go against, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's get it.
All right, guys. So going into this matchup versus Kiv, I really wanted to, be balanced on offense. And when I'm on defense now, my main thing is I wanted to give up nothing deep. I wanted to make him use everything underneath, throw short routes. I wanted to mix in a lot of match concepts, a lot of things he probably hasn't seen a lot of. That was my plan on defense, just nothing deep, mix in the match concepts, make him throw the flat routes pretty much all game if I could. And then on offense, I knew it was going to be a challenge because they found that cover 2 out of over G with the cross man. It was really difficult to stop. To beat, and I didn't have a lot of reps versus it, so I was up all night before practicing what I could do versus it, and I found, my plan was to mix in some tight end out routes. I wanted to be balanced, mix in the draws, some inside zones, but I knew I wanted to keep this game close. I wanted to keep it low scoring because I knew, and in my opinion, Kiv is one of the most underrated defensive players there is. He doesn't get a lot of credit for his defense, but he's really good, and this was later on in the year, and he really came into his groove on defense. So I wanted to keep the game close, wanted to stay balanced and make him work on offense. But I start with the ball first, and that's one of the worst things. You don't want to ever start with the ball first in competitive manner. I always want to get the ball at the half. So I come out a little inside zone to Todd Gurley first. I'm in that West Coast offensive playbook. It was really good last year. It's good this year, but I think it was even better Madden 19. So here, I come out in that bunch, and I flipped a lot too because I wanted to mess up adjustments as best as I could. I wanted to keep flipping. So here I go with, looks like mesh post with the I have the slot apprentice in the slot with Julio Jones, and I go with that mesh post, and as you can see, he just has everything cross man bagged. The sheds come in, Jason Taylor. So already this is what happens. I'm in a bad 3rd and 11 situation already on my first drive of the game, and but I have to. This is a $20,000 game, guys. I gotta stay composed. This is one of the biggest money games of my career, and there I go to that tight end out route right away. And then I put myself now in a 4th and about 5 situation, and this is a big call in the game already. First drive, $20,000 game, 4th and 5. And in Madden 20, you probably punt here. You might punt, but in this game, I know knowing how good Kiv is on offense, how dynamic he can be, I need to keep the drive going. I gotta get points on the board. So I go with mesh post, and one of my favorite plays last year, and I throw the high ball hitch, and I come up short, an inch short. And let me pause this real quick because this really hurt my confidence right here because I thought I had a great play call. I probably didn't need to highball it if we look back, if I could rewind this real quick. I didn't need to highball this. It's going to be wide open. If I just throw a regular pass lead here, he goes with that cover 2, and he mans up the tight end this time. So there's an open slot right there where the yellow would usually be. It's wide open, and I highball it instead of throwing a regular pass, and that really cost me. He's able to click on, make the tackle, and I'm come up inches short, and this really hurt because now you're giving Kiv the ball at my 35, one of the best offensive players in the world. I'm really upset with myself, but in competitive Madden, you need to focus on the next play. You can't worry about that stuff. And my plan on defense was I probably ran the most unique defense in this whole tournament. I ran the Indianapolis Colts playbook on defense. I don't think anyone's seen that because I wanted to mix in all these nickels. I didn't bring a lot of heat, especially when going up against Kiv. I wanted to play a lot of coverage defense, like I said. So I'm gonna mix in the nickel double A gap, nickel normal, nickel wide 9, and a lot of match concepts, a lot of coverage defense, cover 3 cloud, cover 2, just switching up my coverages basically every play to give him a different look, so he's never comfortable. That's just things you have to do versus guys like Kiv. Guys like Ghost, these elite passers on offense. So that was my plan, and I come out in this nickel double A gap as you can see. First play, we're in that cover 3 cloud, and I'll go back and forth between cover 3 cloud, cover 2, a lot of cover 4 match. Here we just start on the cover 3, and right away he hits me with the flat. And like I said though, I want to give that up versus him. I want to give up these 2 3 yard flat routes. That's my plan. I don't want anything over the top. I want to force him to at some point make a bad decision to go up top. That was my plan. Looks like here I go with cover 3 match defense that I was labbing a lot versus offense. And he goes with the mesh post. And I have nothing, but I didn't have a spy on the field. He's able to take off with Vic. But I played good coverage there. As you can see, the match concept's kind of crossman a little bit. He had the drag underneath, which I had to use her, but the post wasn't open. He takes off with Vic for a big first down. And, he's back in the bunch. I'm still in my nickel double A gap, and I love it because it gets good sheds. The guys would loop around on the D tackle. He throws a nice low ball right there, and when I give up that, I think that I have great coverage right there. Like I'm not mad about that completion. Obviously, I am because that was a big play. But if you look at it, really, it wasn't that open. If I can go back and I don't want to replay too much in this game because I want to make this not a long video. But as you can see, I mean, it's a tight window. It's a good read by him. It's a good play. But if I'm on defense, I'm not that mad about giving that up because I know that's a tight window. And if he's gonna throw it all game, I'm okay with it. It wasn't like anything was wide open. But here, we're in a tough spot. We started off the game, bad on our first drive, and now he's got first and goal. It's probably going to be an easy touchdown here. And he goes fullback dive with Gurley, and we hold him. But people are probably thinking at this point, too, oh, geez, T. Davis is going to be in trouble. Kid, one of the best players in the world, one of the best offensive players. It's going to go up 7-0, and he's going to get ball at half. So yeah, he goes with the fullback dive with Gurley, gets it into the end zone, and like that, 7-0, and he's get ball at half. I'm in a bad predicament to start this game, this $20,000 game, to go to the final 8 of the club series. Let me go ahead and fast forward till I'm on offense again. So yeah, they show the replay there. So then we come out. All right, so now we're on offense here. We go with the flipped crosser, and just nothing open. His cross man was just lighting me up on defense. I had nothing. And Kiv was feeling confident. My boy IB Strafing looking on, worried for me. My good friend right there. You can see he's a little worried for me. And he plays the winner of this matchup, too. So he's looking on, wondering. I go with the screen here, thinking I might have something over there to the left side with the numbers. He's all over it again. And once again, 3rd and 11. I'm in big trouble. I got to come up with something. I have to find a dot that can beat this cover 2 cross man. I'm trying different wrinkles. I'm doing the screens, running the ball, going to my money plays, but I have to switch things up. I go with PA post with my hot routes here. I think we're going to have a post. We have a crosser in the backside post. And once again, I just get shedded. Allen Page. And now 4th and 16. It just really looks like I have no chance right now. Kiv just destroying me. As you see on the replay, I went with the crosser and then the backside post as well. And I just have nothing. And you can see my look. I look a little worried, but I have to lock in. I have no other choice. I have to stay focused. It's a big this is probably the game right here. If I don't convert this, I'm in a huge hole. Let's see what I cooked up. He's in that cover 2. You can see him lurking on the nickel too, which we didn't see a lot of last year as well. So it kind of caught me off guard. And I go with the crosser, and the crosser gets open. He bit back off the crosser onto the deep end. So it was a good route combo I had. And he just chose the wrong guy, because if he would have stayed on the crosser, it would have been a tough window for me to throw this backside in, as you'll see. But he bites back on it, and I wait. That was great patience I showed, and that's an important part of competitive Madden. You want to be patient. You need to react and read on what the defender is doing, what the user is doing. I waited for him to bite back on the dig through the crosser, and it was the biggest first down of the game at this so far to this point. Looks like here I go back to mesh post. And it's just nothing open really. Nice little spin right there to get positive yardage. But that's a scary throw as well. But I had to take it. I had a little spot with the drag got open in the little pocket right there. I think maybe here I go back to inside zone, or do I go to the PA? I liked going to this doubles a lot. It was a different look than most people saw. Yeah, I go to the crosser with the drag. I playmaker. I might have had the playmaker, but nothing there. I throw it away. It looked like it was too risky of a throw. He might have had a couple steps on him, but I throw it away, and I'm still in a manageable 3rd and 4 here now. I'm thinking, and that's another thing too. I like to take my time when I'm in these big money games. Take your time, think a lot on what you're doing, what your opponent's doing. Be very calculated, very precise with your decision making. Looks like I'm gonna go back. Am I gonna go back to the crosser with the backside dig again? No, I'm gonna go mesh post with the wheel again. It looks like. Oh, audible again. So see, it's a lot of audibling going on. And I go at mesh post again. I throw that drag again. So I noticed that I have this drag now. I have this mesh post. I have a little pocket now on that slot receiver. So I go back to it twice and I pick up a big first down. And we're going to end the first quarter. Now I'm thinking to myself, okay, we're in field goal range. We need points on the board. I feel confident in my defense. I know it didn't look great on that first drive, but I do feel confident in my defense. I always have been, that I can make adjustments and do different things to give him some trouble. So I'm thinking here, I just cannot make any mistakes. I want to get 7, obviously. That would be huge, but I just need points on the board as well. I go back to, looks like I go to deep corner, and I would have had X running wide open for a touchdown. As you can see, he burnt the cross man. Would have had a wide open touchdown. As you can see, Jerry Rice motioned out. Look at, he's going to get open right now. Boom, wide open racing, and I get sacked with the sheds. That over G, so good last year. It got the best sheds ever. And then Kiv had great coverage. But here we go, second and 16 now. And I like to flip back and forth, like I said. Try to mess up adjustments as best as I can. Give him different looks. We're going to go to the crosser with the backside dig. And we pick up a nice completion there to Jerry Rice. So I went with the little baby dig right there to get myself into a manageable 3rd and 4. And that's all you can ask for. When you're in a 2nd and 20, 2nd and 15 like that, you just want to pick up some decent yards to put yourself in a manageable, easy to convert situation. 3rd and 4 here. I want to see if I go back to that tight end out route soon at some point. To Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp was huge for me in this game. I'm going to go with the flipped crosser. So you'll see Julio Jones is running to the sidelines on that crosser. And I go back to that tight end out route. My plan coming in was that play. I was going to have the crosser going deep versus the cover 2, which can get open. And then underneath, I would have those tight end out routes, which would beat cloud flats every time. So that was my plan going in. It looked good right there. And I go back to inside zone now. So that's why I said I want to stay balanced. Todd Gurley's not doing much. He's not the best running back I could have had there. He's pretty solid. But 2nd and 8. But that's the thing. I wanted to be balanced. I wanted to mix in those runs when I could. And I'm looking good on this drive. I really am. My play call has been smart. I'm thinking about what I want to do. I'm balancing. I'm being balanced. I know that this over G is good run defense too. Out of my shotgun runs. Looks like I go with stick here. And I have the in route wide open, the smart route and in route, destroyed man-to-man. That was another strategy I had going in, is that I knew my slot receiver would be manned up every single play. And I knew that he doesn't have a lot of coverage over the top because he's manning up his safeties out of that cover too. So if I could find a route that could beat man-to-man, which I did right there, that smart routed dig route. These dig routes have been huge for me in this game so far. And it worked right there. Pick up a big first down. And here, you just give a fullback dive to Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp would always fall forward last year. And let's see if I go to that. I do. It gets short. But I believe I punch it in here. Fullback dive, Shannon Sharp. He breaks a tackle and fights in. And so he does get in. So I tied the game. This was a huge drive for me, for my confidence, knowing that, okay, I started off the game shaky. Which I always do, by the way. I always start games off shaky. If I get the ball first, I'm always in trouble. I feel like it never works out. But I punch it in. I felt good on an offense that drive. I played good. I figured out what I need to do on offense versus that defense, which I was worried about. And I figured it out. I played pretty well. I got down the field, tied the game. And now I can get back on defense, which is what I preferred last year, to be on defense. So here we go. He goes to mesh post with the corner. And he tries to throw the corner here, and I pick it off with Rod Woodson. Now, this was a huge play in the game. I want to rewind this back because this is when I went to the match concept. And as you'll see, Rod Woodson here is outside at corner, and he's watching the post. And I don't think Kiv realized that he was actually in match defense. So he thought he was going to run back on the post. He kind of got an unlucky break, though. He kind of overthrew it a little bit. I don't know if it should have been picked, but as you can see, I was fired up about it. The match defense worked perfection right there. I got to click on, make a user catch, and now I'm back in business. As you'll see, Rod Woodson plays it perfectly. He probably shouldn't have picked it, like I said, but hey, you need that sometimes in competitive Madden. I get it, and now I'm back in business. My confidence is through the roof. Here we go back on offense. We go to the mesh post. We hit the flat. Shannon Sharp, nice little completion, positive yardage. And that'll be the 2-minute warning. So Kiv, obviously you can see very upset. He doesn't like that he overthrew that pass. And I'm feeling good. I be strafing, looking on. 2nd and 5 here. I go to inside zone. Todd Gurley, nice little spin, breaks a tackle. So I'm really struggling to, get some yardage on offense. But I'm still doing enough right now. And that's what's important. When you're in these high-stakes games, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy on offense or defense. So I go to this bunch, 3rd and 3. This has got to be, it's the flip crosser again. Look for the tight end out route. That's what I go to, Shannon Sharp. And this out route has been so big for me this whole game. And it comes up with another first down right there. Mike Vick throwing a pretty pass. And now at this point in the game, I just want the lead at halftime. I feel like I'm playing good enough on defense. I know that, this is going to go down to the wire. I already know it in my mind. I think we both know it at this point. It's going to be a hell game down to the end. And I just want the lead right here. I want to take as much time as I can right now. I don't want to give Kiv the ball back with any time before the halftime. I want to take this clock down. I think I go inside zone here again just to prove that point, and I do. We have a nice little seam. If Gurley was a little bit faster, we might have a bigger gain, but we do pick up a nice yardage, and Kiv goes with the timeout. He wants the ball back, and if I get this first down, I'm sitting back saying, okay, now I'm gonna have the lead at half. So getting this first down is what's huge for me. Looks like Kiv's he goes to nickel normal here. He wants to bring a little heat, and he does. I take off with Vic for a big gain. It looked like I had the post as well, but I think Kiv, he wants to get the ball back so bad before the first half that he decides, okay, I'm gonna bring some pressure on him. I want to force him to do something. I want to either make a mistake, get a sack, something. So Kiv decides to bring the pressure. I think he realized that I'm having some decent success versus that cover 2 crossman, so he goes to nickel normal to switch it up, brings a little heat. And here I think I got a false start. Yeah, I tried to quick fake hike him to get an offsides, but I go. So he's still in that nickel normal now. He wanted to switch it up. And then I think honestly I felt I had better luck versus this nickel normal. When I saw this, I was like, okay, I can run draw versus as well. Draw usually does really good versus nickel normal, especially last year. As you can see, I took it to the outside, and then just not fast enough. If I could have made one move right there, as you can see on my face, if I could have made one move right there, I'm in the end zone probably, or I'm close to it. And but I feel great right now because I'm excited that he went back to this nickel normal. I'd rather play that 100 times over instead of that over G. So I go to my patented play last year with the halfback wheel and the deep post and then the tight end drag. But he brings that nickel normal heat off the left side. Gets in for a big sack. 3rd and 16 now. In this situation, I don't want to take any chances. I want to get out of here with the lead, like I said. So I'm either running the ball or I'm throwing a short pass and getting positive yardage. I'm not taking any big losses here. That's my plan. So I just don't want to take a sack. I don't want to throw a pick, fumble the ball, anything like that. I want to be smart. I want to be calculated. I want to throw something easy that I can. And as I say that, I didn't do that. Kind of a bad decision right there. What I was thinking was that I could throw this little drag. It'll be completed. It won't be a big deal. But instead, I got hit sticked, stopped the clock, and I do give Kiv 20 seconds, and I don't think that's enough time. I mean, 20 seconds is very difficult to get the ball down the field, but still, it probably was a mistake right there where I should have ran the ball. I should have just, throw an easy completion, throw a flat route to the tight end or something. That would make it easier for me to take the lead and run the clock out. But Kiv's, knowing Kiv, he's a gunslinger. He's going to try here with 18 seconds. And there's nothing open. And then he throws it to the tight end. And then no timeouts left, so the clock's going to run out. So at halftime, 10-7. I'm in control, but he does get the ball at half. And we both know at halftime here that this game is going to go down to the wire. It's just a battle. Like we're both playing pretty decent on offense and defense. and I had that one big turnover that was huge for me so far. And it's just no one wants to take advantage right now. It's just a back and forth battle. Let me go. It's showing the replays here, the first half. So we can go to the second half here. He's gonna get the ball, like I said. And now, so I'm feeling good on defense here, going to the second half. And if I can get one stop, I feel like I'm in complete control here. I'm coming out back again in that cover 3 match, and I know he hasn't figured out what to do versus it yet, really. He goes to the corner out, has it, nice play right there. And they didn't give it to him. Oh, yeah, they didn't give it to him. That's right. Randy Moss, oh, that was huge because he really burnt me on the match right there. He figured out a way. That corner out started to get wide open on the match defense, and now I'm like, okay, I got to switch my coverage. I got to give him a different look. He saw what to do versus that. So I switched my look on defense, staying in that double A gap though, keeping everything looking the same but different coverages. Go to the cover 3. He's got the crosser wide open, Tyreek Hill, and that was a huge play right there. I switched out of the match. I went to the cover 3. I had to pick one of the routes. I picked the underneath route, which was probably the wrong decision, but the way I was aligned on defense, the guy I was using, I kind of had to pick it. The crosser was able to get wide open. So now Kiv's in control here. He goes to stick. He's got the backside drag, and then he gets a lucky fall forward animation there. I probably was hoping for a fumble, but either way, it was a nice little play. So he's in a 2nd and 3. So like I said, I'm trying to get these sheds. I'm trying to mix up my coverages. I audible here to nickel normal now, and I go to more coverage defense. He's gonna try to throw that corner and out of bounds. It wasn't really there. He threw it a little too late as well, but it didn't look open. That Rod Woodson was playing super tough for me all day. You could see it on that route. It didn't look like an open window to throw that. So now it's a big 3rd and 3 here, and I'm thinking, okay, I think he's gonna look for the flat to the tight end. Honestly, we might see mesh post with the flat out of the tight end, and I think that's what we'll see. We'll see that mesh post. I man up the tight end, and then he throws it. He throws it right at my user. I remember this, and I'm pissed because I felt like I baited him so good. I manned up that tight end, which I thought he would go to out of mesh post. I went to the halfback wheel, because I knew this play was coming. I went to the halfback wheel, bit back on the post, and he's able to get a lucky catch. I was so upset about it, because I feel like I should have been there to pick that. Then he goes with the base here, gets a nice gain. But oh man, that play really hurt me. I was like, damn man, that was the turnover I needed. I had one in the first half. If I get this turnover in the second half, I feel like I can win this game. Or I feel like I'm in control to win this game. So now we're at a 2nd and 8. Let's see what he goes to here. Verticals. Yeah, this is where he throws the one-handed. Yep, he throws the one-handed post back of the end zone. Kiv's fired up about it. It was a nice play. It really was. I would have liked him to not catch it. Obviously, with the one-hand animation, I thought we could have hit him and knocked the ball out. It really was a nice play set up by him. He ran verticals. He had the wheel route motion out the tight end wheel. Then he had the post over the middle, and then he had the halfback on a little option route. So it was a high-low read with the post and the option route. I mean, it was a phenomenal play call. I wish we could have knocked it out, and now I feel like the game is. I'm still in control of the game, but the thing is, when I don't feel like I can score touchdowns consistently with the way I play offense, especially versus defense. So I wanted to be able to kick field goals if I had to, but as you can see here, just a great play setup. He throws the post. It looks like he high balls right there. He had the little pocket, threw it, and Randy Moss just does what Randy Moss does. Kid was fired up about it. It was a good play. So 14-10 now, and now it's getting down to the nitty-gritty. I got to get points on the board. I got to get points on the board. If I get 3, I'm still keeping it a one-possession game. I go inside zone there, Todd Gurley. And if I can get a nice first down run like that on first down, I'm feeling good. Because now I only need about 25 yards to get into field goal range. I go with the draw here, Todd Gurley. And see, when I see 4 D-line sets like that, I know I can always hit them with the draw. The thing is, when you would cross man out of over a G, they would play better run defense. The manned-up safeties would play phenomenal run defense. So I couldn't really go to draw early on in the game versus that. But when I saw him go to that nickel normal, I was like, okay, I can run draw on this. He's not going to have his safeties manned up. He's going to be blitzing kind of heavy out of that. So that's what excited me. Then he goes back to the over G, and I got to go back to my game plan that worked in the first half, where I hit the tight end out routes. I'd look for the drag post combos, and I go back to mesh post. I could have thrown R1 again. I had the little pocket right there for the drag, but those sheds come in again. He had goons at D tackle and D end to get around, a lot of speed. So we're in the second 16 now, bad situation. Looks like he might bring some heat here out of nickel. See what I go to. I flip it. So I get my numbers to the strong side. I'm going to go mesh post here. Looks like I'm going to motion out the post. He's bringing the heat. And I take off with Vic. That was a nice playmaker by me. It was really good because his user was coming over and my route was running into me. So when I playmakered him up, he had to follow the route. I was able to take off with Vic for a big gain right there. That really helped me. Whenever I can take off with Vic and use my stick skills, use my scrambling ability, it's a surplus. It's a huge benefit. That's why I have Vic on my team. So I go to the bunch now, and it looks like I go to mesh post with the corner route. I got the drag, and I take off with Vic again for a nice gain. Pick up first down or close to it. It's going to be second inches. Yeah, so Vic has been huge for me on this drive. I'm really utilizing how to get around these sheds, how to get up the middle, how to take off with Vic and create positive yardage. He's staying in that over G now. Let's see, do I go to the tight end out route here? Or maybe I go mesh post to the wheel. Yeah, it looks like I'm going mesh post. I take off with Vic again, right? Yeah, the wide open. He's giving me that now. He's giving me those runs with Vic. Part of his strategy might be, okay, let's get him in the red zone, make him kick 3. I'll keep the lead. My red zone offense isn't great because it was difficult to score in the red zone last year. If you didn't have fullback dive or you didn't have the halfback wheel, it was hard to score in the red zone. So I think that might have been part of his strategy, saying, okay, get him to the red zone, make him kick 3. We still have the lead. We're going into the fourth quarter. And now I'm thinking to myself, okay, I got to get 7. I really got to get 7. If I get 7 going into the fourth, and I can play defense and hope for one stop. See what I do. Maybe I go inside zone here. Yeah, I go inside zone to the right side. We have a nice, we had a little hole, but he's able to gang tackle me. 2nd and 9, and now it's really becoming a chess match. As you can see, the players' lounge guys. Strafen playing the winner of this. He's not even worried. He's already secured himself that 20,000. Me and Kiv right here are fighting for that 20,000. And he brings the heat. It was great defense by Kiv right there. Phenomenal adjustment. I try to go to the tight slots, which I had a red zone play out of. He recognized that, and he brought the goons. And it was a great plan by him because he wanted to get the sack. He wanted to force me into a 3rd and long situation. And it was a great time to bring the blitz. So that was a great job by him. 3rd and 16 now here. I'm like, okay, this is like 80% chance to score a touchdown this play. Or 80% chance I don't score a touchdown this play. Probably even higher. So I'm thinking, all right, what do I do here? And just nothing. I take off with Vic. You just definitely can't fumble. That was a scary play. I didn't want to fumble there. I got to take my 3 now. And now I have to get a stop on defense. This is huge right here. And the reason I kicked that field goal before the fourth quarter is because I'm still losing. I want to score as quickly as I can and get the ball back as quickly as I can. I don't want to wait till the fourth quarter to come. I want to give him a play in the 3rd quarter now that helps me. It benefits me. It's giving me extra time. And these small things are what's important at competitive Madden. You need to realize that stuff. And the clock management, the game strategy, these are the most important things. It's not about your talent. It's not about your play call. It's not about your stick skills. It's about how can you manage the game. How can you use strategy like that, small things like that go a long way in winning these games. So here we go. I'm back. I need a stop now. He goes to the wide receiver wheel out of verticals. Great play right there. Andre Roberts. 2nd and 1, and we're going to the fourth quarter now. So he couldn't ask for a better play right there. He only needs another yard. He's going to be able to take a lot of time off the clock with these next few plays. He's going to go to the crosser here with the drag. And we get a huge sack right there. We went with the match defense. Our guy crossed man from the match position onto the crosser. All I had to do was use the drag. And it was a huge sack. We're able to get that shed. His halfback picked up the Javon Curse, but we're able to shed him. And we pick up the biggest sack of the game, the biggest play we needed. And it puts him in a 3rd and 23 here. And now we're in business. We have to get off the field on this play. Let's see if I bring a little heat here, or do I stay in my coverage defense? I bring the heat, and he completes that. Very risky pass right there. So now 4th and 6, and this is the biggest play of the game for both myself and Young Kiv. If he converts here, he has a good chance of winning. If I can hold him here, I'm in field goal range, I can probably win the game. 4th and 6, the biggest game, or the biggest play probably of my Madden career as far as money-wise, and get into the final 8 of this tournament would be huge, one of the biggest tournaments in Madden history. So let's see what happens. He's throwing the spy. The spy is there for a huge pick. He tries to throw the backside drag, and as you can see, I'm fired up. Willie Clark Jr. is what I yelled out because it was a 6'6" budget defensive end, Willie Clark Jr. He's like 12 cap. Kiv tried to throw the backside drag. Willie Clark Jr. clicks on to make probably one of the biggest picks of my Madden career. As you can see, those guys are fired up. But Willie Clark Jr., I'll love that guy forever because of that play he made right there. Just a huge, huge play. He was in a spy. Right when he threw it, I clicked on, made a quick click on to try to pick it. I was pretty fortunate, though. I mean, it wasn't really luck, but it was like a 50-50 thing, and I was super lucky or super fortunate to get that play from Willie Clark Jr. And now I'm in business. I want to use this clock. I want to score 7, though. Make this a touchdown game. But that was the big stop that I needed. And he's bringing the heat here. He's getting a little antsy, a little desperate. He needs to get off the field. I recognize that. I just throw some drags underneath, get a big first down, and now I'm using this clock the best I can. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit here because I'm just going to run the ball next couple plays, throw a couple of drags. And then you'll see we get down to the 2-minute warning. And I'm 3rd and 5 at the 17. So this is a huge play right here because there's only 2 minutes left now. And if I can convert this, that will be huge because then he has to start using his timeouts. So I would suspect if I don't convert this, he'll use a timeout here. He'll get the ball back with plenty of time. Big 3rd and 5. You can see him in the cross man, his adjustments. And Shannon Sharp, probably the player of the game for me, comes up on the drag, burns his man on the cross man, comes up with a huge conversion, and now Kiv has to use his timeouts, and he still has a chance here because he has his 3 timeouts. So he calls one right there, and it's a tough spot for me because I can't get another first down and run the clock out. I have to either score a touchdown or I'm going to give him some time at least if I kick a field goal. But I want to take the time down as much as possible. I come out here and I form twin tight end. I think I go to maybe a dive. Yeah, a dive to Gurley. He falls forward to about the 5. So now this is really, this is getting down to it. I mean, who wants that $20,000? Who's going to, am I going to score and go up a touchdown? Or is Kiv going to lock up, force me to kick 3? These next few plays are just crucial in the game. I come out in bunch here. I think I would try to go to the halfback wheel. I flip it, look for the mesh post here. Halfback wheel. See if that's what I go to. I go to the draw. Not a bad play call right there. And we almost fall forward into the end zone. Oh, man. We needed that touchdown. If we could have fell forward 1 more inch with Todd Gurley. But now we're thinking, okay, this fullback dive, Shannon Sharp time. We've had so much success with Shannon Sharp in that fullback dive. So we're out in goal line. Now Kiv's out in goal line. Are we going to get that inch, or is Kiv going to stop us? We go to the toss. We have it. We don't have it. Kiv comes up with a huge stop. And here we go. The biggest play of my Madden career money-wise. 4th and goal on the 1-yard line. You're down 1 point. Do you go for the touchdown, or do you go for your field goal and be conservative, or do you be aggressive? This is I want to pause this. This is a $20,000 play. The magnitude of this play is incredible. I don't know if I'll ever have a play like this ever in my Madden career because it was so big. 1 inch to go. Do you go for it? Do you try to go up 6 and then go up 8? Do you kick your field goal, go up by 2, give one of the best players in the world back the ball on offense with a minute to go? And this was a decision that I really wasn't sure what to do. I thought about this. I wanted to call a timeout and think about it extra. It was just huge, but I trusted my defense so much last year, and I felt I had a good strategy versus Kiv on defense. And I said, okay, I'm gonna take my points. I'm usually a conservative player. It's gotten me this far, and that's the decision I made. I decided to take my three, decided to put it in my defense's hands, and I did not feel good at this moment. I mean, I don't think anyone would. Like it was just, it was. But this is what you play for. These are the moments, right? And then it looks like he has space here with Tyreek. Luckily, I click on make a nice play right there. But here we go, a minute 9. Probably the best offensive player in the world on offense. $20,000 on the line. He only needs 3 points. He only needs a field goal, so he only needs about 40 yards here, 35, 40 yards to get into field goal range. What do you call on defense? What do you do? Like I said, I felt like I had a great game plan so far on defense. You know, he hasn't done a lot on offense. He had that one good drive, but here we go. First play he throw underneath to the tight end Shannon Sharp out of the backfield for a yard. Gets out of bounds so the clock stops. So he's still got plenty of time. And here we go, 2nd and 9. I go to the match coverage on this play, and I think he started to recognize that. He wanted to go up top to Andre Roberts. He does exactly that. He rolls back with Vic like a million yards, launches it deep. I got 2 guys there, and Jalen Ramsey picks on and gets the biggest pick ever for me. And I'm able to defeat Young Kiv. Just a phenomenal game. I feel like and you can see I was so excited, man. I was screaming, I'm back. You got to respect me, all this stuff. Just what a moment right there. Jalen Ramsey clicks on, picks that. I was in that match defense, and it looked like he kind of had me because that can bomb match. But he didn't try that all game till then. But I think he rolled back too far, and I was able to click on with Jalen Ramsey, make a big pick, and I was able to go on and win this game and go on to the final 8 of the club series. And it was such a good game with Kiv and a great moment in my Madden career. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, little film breakdown on my matchup last year's club series versus Young Kiv.